it out. Um, close out of that. Starting stream. Okay. Is anything exploding yet? Please say that the stream's back online. Stream health, please. Yes! Okay. We're back. We're back. Oh my gosh. Oh man. No, I wanted to hit myself over the head with a hammer. Uh, I hit myself over the hammer. I want to hit myself over the hammer because I completely forgot that Zero starts my live stream and ends it, even though I just barely hit it. So beautiful. It's a bravo. Just bravo for me. I really need to fix it. Like, what? Can I? Like, I really need to bind that to something else. Stop stream. Just like never stop streaming because I can't be trusted with that power. I can't be trusted to start and stop my stream. Oh. Oh man, that was a very very exciting start to this stream. Oh man, yeah. Like I was saying uh, before I cut myself off, I have a special project in the work, and I know I wanted to start and stop it with zero on the numpad. And I'm like, oh yeah, whenever do I hit zero? Apparently all the time, because I was typing in 50 sub celebration into for the title chat, and it just like, oh, you just ended your stream. I'm like, oh, oh no. As soon as I hit, I'm like, oh, that's probably not. That's probably not what. Oh man. Anyway, back online. I'll try not to get sidetracked too often, but that's your job to sidetrack me, so I don't know. Are you going to do a good or a poor job today, sidetracking me or not? Maybe I'll stop the or start and restart the stream a few times. I'm getting rusty doing this. But, yeah. Oh, yeah, my announcement. I keep on getting sidetracked from that. Since I hit 50 subs, I decided now was the perfect time to start on a project that is to start on another project, and I can't tell you anything about it other than it will start next month. I don't think I have a print screen button. But I can use maybe the page up button. Do I have a print screen? Oh, I do have a print screen. Yeah, that's how out of the way it is, because I haven't even seen it. But yeah, new project starting in May. It won't interrupt my somewhat regular schedule of new chapters, but I think all you guys are going to like it just the same. So, yeah, I haven't ever seen it. Well, I never look at the top row of my keyboard. I might as well just use like the function keys as well, because I never hit any of those. Yes, yes, V. Uh, you want to say something? Oh man, how am I gonna do idle in the? Okay, so before I start recording, I want to talk about today's recent, the newest chapter today. So, chapter 51. That's going to be so much fun to record, especially since after reading the chapter and the comments, I just imagine Idle lounging on the throne with uh, with Celestia in the slave Leia costume, and I just and all I can just imagine is that. Oh man, but oh man, doing Idle in the newest chapter. Well, I still have to use Idle's voice, but it's just going to be. Oh man, it's going to be just. It's gonna be great. I already have a way. I've already come up with a way to actually say the title without it just being Changeling of the Guard, written by V Drake 77, chapter like 51, Changeling of the Guard. Oh man, but the mutant geckos. Huh. Yeah, makes sense. Oh yeah, the mutant geckos. That. Oh man. Yeah. Oh man, this new chapter was just so good. And I didn't see it until the patron thing popped up. I'm like, oh no, oh my gosh, it's a new chapter finally. But I'm I'm excited for it. I'm so excited to get to it. But also I'm mad at myself because I'm still like 40 chapters away from getting to it. So it's gonna be a long time coming, but it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great when it gets here. But yeah, oh man, today's just all the chat in the Discord is just going to be people writing upside down messages, isn't it? Oh man. Oh my gosh, he totally is. Oh. You do bring up a great point, V. Oh, that's beautiful. That is absolutely beautiful. It definitely does. Oh my gosh. Uh, I'm kind of sorry. Man, seeing Idol discorded just is the best. Oh, that was just such a highlight. Just seeing, like, as soon as I read the part, like, there's going to be some changes around here. My first thought when I read that before I actually had to like, I threw my phone aside because I thought I knew where it was going, but you subverted my expectations, which thank you. Uh, because I thought he was just going to turn into a dick, to be honest. But then he's not. He's just doesn't care. Doesn't care. Oh, it's self-absorbed idol is best idol. V, you made us lewd. Uh, uh, with all your hints at the Omni ship, you made us lewd, and now Idol's status, now Idol's status among the castle is going to reach legendary status because of it. Oh man. Oh man, this great. Yeah, Idol's a known ludist, and everyone knows about it. And I don't know, does like I bet Caden takes bets on who's going to lewd next. Like, who's going to be in the lewd circle next. Oh man. Oh yeah, he's added Celestia to his harem. The entirety of the entirety of the female royal guard as well. So he has like half the royal guard, Princess Celestia, and I'm betting people are already thinking that he's doing the same with Princess Luna as well. Oh man. But definitely. I think the count is both princesses and half the royal guard and and like and then Maud and then like and then Rarity as Rarity and Fluttershy, like two of the main six. All right, see you in just a sec, dog. Oh, but now that we can get into the story proper, I'm saying see it to Doug because he's switching to a laptop. I, I think Idol lewd Rarity or Fluttershy because he lewd Rarity by just being her knight in shining armor, and so we can assume that she already has lewd thoughts about him. Like, can you blame? It's been a while since I've read that chapter too, so I could be completely wrong. Yes, his legend grows non-kinetically. Oh yeah, 3/4 of the guard. Although, I still think it's 50-50 on the gender ratio. That's, like, from everything that I've seen, it seems more 50-50 than... Although he's already looted Shining as well, according to Cadence. Anyways. Oh man, I can't wait to actually get into him being the royal, in the royal guard. It's gonna be great. And I'll still talk about the chapter throughout the rest of today's recordings. But we have a special thing happening today, other than a new chapter and me reaching 50 subs. We also have never before seen a pre-typo in the story. A pre-typo before I've even recorded it. So, yes, okay, there we go. Royal Ludus. So, yeah. Is my ding? Oh no! The ding. Where's the ding? I moved the ding. No. Ding. Ding da ding da ding 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 ding. Okay, I fixed the ding. Hold on. We need to fix the ding before we go any further. Before any further than this, we need to fix... Okay, there we go. Now, to fix the ding. There we go. We have a 1 typo count. Okay, so now that the ding has been fixed, let's continue. Ah man, by actually introducing the chapter. Yes, the typo count has been fixed, and we are already one up on the typo count before even starting the recording. Never before done before. And it was these own downfall. That oh no, you brought up Helsing Abridged? Oh no. Why did you make me think of that? It's such a good series. But as soon as you said that in reference to Idol and Celestia, that just makes me think of the Queen of England and Helsing. And that scene should not be popping into my head right now. Oh my gosh. Oh man. Yeah, Twilight would make a good police girl. Or wouldn't Moth Chaser make a good police girl? Yeah. But no, you're starting to make me think of Celestia being the Queen of England, which I don't know why that's the first scene that pops into my head when you said it was Helsing Bridge. Ah, no. Watch Helsing Bridge. It is fantastic, and you won't regret it. I know Twilight's the Gatling gun, but I don't know. It seems more fitting. Oh no. Moth Chaser would be the leader of the Helsing Corporation. Moth Chaser is the leader of the Helsing Corporation. Twilight's a police girl, and Celestia is the Queen of England. Apparently. Oh. Oh man. I won't say anything from the series, or else I'm probably just going to get banned, perma-banned. So all I just say is watch the series. It's fantastic. You won't regret anything, or you'll regret everything. Oh man, what does that make Idol? What does that make Shining in this entire example? Is he the butler? Or oh no, wait. Would Shining be the priest? I wonder, would Shining be the priest in this scenario? We're totally deviating from what you guys came here before, but voiceover man. That man, my new time. Da, da, voiceover man. Da, na, 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 na. Hey, they're doing their jobs. They're distracting me as they should. I need to rewatch this because I can't remember the characters' names. All I can remember is what they did. So I'm just like, who's the priest? Celestia's Queen of England. Moth Chaser's head of the Helsing organization. Who's the butler? Who would be the butler? Oh, would Bold be the butler? uh, oh, man. Well, why don't you write down your complaints? Wait. Nail them to a door. Stop it. You know, like a Protestant. Oh, just. Oh, Fancy Pants is Walter. Yes. Oh, man. Although Blue Blood would also make a good Walter. like a Ponistant. Oh, man. I missed this. Half hour into the live stream and we haven't done anything. This is beautiful. Okay. I'm better. Better now. So, my recommendation to all of you is go watch Helsinki Bridge so you can understand what we're talking about because it's just too beautiful not to. Oh man, you've all doing your jobs perfectly well, distracting me so much that we have that we will never record this chapter. Thank you so much. It's too good. It's too good. You need some crosses. We got some crosses. How many? Hey, Billy, how many crosses do we got? A few dozen. We got a few dozen crosses. If you guys need any extra. Oh my gosh! Yes. Do you think if I blew him apart with my magic, he'll bleed memes? Second verse, the same as the first. Now show me where they are so I can put them in the hearse. Okay. Okay. Okay, enough quoting. Okay. Shining his head's just a terrible. Exactly. Oh man. You'd be in a right pain in the face. Oh man. Second verse, same as the first. Top of the morning to you, laddies. Okay. Oh, girly card. Oh, yes. Girly card? Ooh, man. Yes, girly card is You know, I was a girl back then. Wait, you were what? Oh, yes, it happens all the time. I don't know how you didn't know this. I'm never having sex again. Oh, okay. Chapter 13. Trust exercise. I didn't turn on my microphone all the way. Ah! Chapter 13. Trust exercise. Chapter 13. Trust exercise. There we go. No, one more time, because making way too much noise. Yep, I will. I kept my word. I'm gonna. Chapter 13. Trust exercise. What do you mean a fancy What do you mean? I have a fancy layout. Ooh, is Rip Van no, that's not the card guy. Ah. Is Rip Van the card guy? It's been like 3 months since I've watched it, and I've completely forgotten all the character names. Oh! Shush! This never happened. You have no idea. Come on. What's my transition screen? Just click that. There we go. Oh, it's Meme Girl. Okay. um, 10 things Rick Astley won't do. He's never going to give you up. He's never going to let you down. He's never going to run around and hurt you. He's never going to make you cry. He's never going to say goodbye. He's never going to tell a lie and hurt you. Oh man. This is beautiful. You guys are doing your jobs beautifully. Let's see. Can I make it? Can I still make it through an entire chapter, or will you guys sidetrack me enough that we'll only get through like the first 3 paragraphs? Let's see then. Our companionship was weakened by my failure. I am saddened to. I always hate these page breaks because it always messes with the flow. Is never gonna desert you, never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down. Okay. Yes. Oh man. You know what I am? A real bucking vampire. Oh man. Our companionship was weakened by my failure, I am saddened to admit. Topaz would keep the incident in mind for a long time, even after she had forgiven me. Though she would put on a strong face, she admitted that she would need some space, and her emotional recovery took time as she tended to rage or break into fits of manic laughter or tears at a moment's notice. I honestly did not see what good it did to give her more space, but continued to do so with every outburst, opting to err on the side of caution. Boom! Full paragraph! Never happened before. No, a real mother bucking vampony. Don't make eyes like that. Fine, I can't say no to your puppy dog face. Welcome back. You've missed an entire thing. You've missed so much. Oh man. Welcome back. Weak shifters. Exactly. So you went out on a walk? Yes. You killed a bunch of vampires? Yes. And you turned a poor policewoman into a vampire? Yes. Did I just get over telling you this? You should really stop going on walks. It was a very invigorating walk. Just buck already! Oh, man. That right there is the most despicable. This is the most despicable creation in the universe. A Frenchman in love with a British woman. He's a father. You have daddy issues. It's perfect. Oh, who would be Pip? I don't know. This is all just going straight downhill, and it's beautiful. It is so beautiful. After one of her outbursts, Topaz looked at me in confusion as I stood some 30 paces away. Hey, Idol, she called, sounding annoyed. The hey are you doing back there? Giving you space, as requested. Topaz murmured something about Celestia, Strength, and all stallions being the same, then sat on her haunches to try and work up a good glare, but I could see a bit of a smile even from this distance. Get over here! It's not that... Blah, 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 blah. Get over here! That's not what it means! There we go. Yes, exactly. I got through 3 paragraphs without stopping for character dialogue. Let's hope that doesn't blow up in my face later. Oh, man. I dislike this trend of ponies to say a thing that doesn't mean what it means and then claims it to be a figure of speech. I grumbled as I trotted. I dislike this trend of ponies to say a thing that doesn't mean what it means and then claim it to be a figure of speech. I grumbled as I trotted up. How is one to request space around them or explain that they had in fact kicked a bucket? I'm getting this whole paragraph down in one take. I dislike this trend of ponies to say a thing that doesn't mean what it means and then claim it to be a figure of speech. I grumbled as I trotted up. How is one to request space around them, or explain that they had in fact kicked a bucket out of the way, or that a clock had spontaneously grown wings, as Wassa had explained was a serious issue in Canterlot especially. I leave for a day, and the Catholics are crusading while Nazis are invading. Anderson, it's been only 2 days, but it feels like years. Dun 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 dun. We are here to save you. Oh, thank God, it's the Catholic Church. From yourselves. Oh, God, it's the Catholic Church. Oh, don't pout. We didn't design you for it. All I meant is that I don't want any pony hovering over me. As I opened my mouth to protest, she cut me off. Don't you dare say you haven't been flying. We went over that one. I was quite sure we had not, but chose not to argue. I was under the impression we should head due north. We have been moving towards the rising sun. Alucard, go for a walk. Oh, that's such a good scene. I was under the impression we should head due north. We have been moving towards the rising sun. I was under the impression we should... What? Why is it such bad quality? Impression we should head due north. Oh, no. Oh, this won't do at all. I'll have to just get right up and friendly with the microphone and be 3 times as loud. And just move that back... there. Much better, much better. And delete all of that, because, oh well. I swear I'm going to... Are you saying I'm not close enough to my microphone? I can be even closer if I need to be. I can be so close to the microphone. Oh, no. Okay, there we go. Oh. Okay. I would like to note that this is the first time he's followed my orders without any backsass. It's simultaneously satisfying and disappointing. Oh, man. Where am I? Oh, no. I went back to the previous chapter. No, there we go. Hello, ladies. I'm here for time for the main event. Our companion. Nope. No, you still have one typo. We still have the one typo counter. I haven't fixed it in the book yet. So it still counts. It still counts. Oh, yes. Sorry. Hello, ladies. The main event has arrived. And I'll just like it. Who ordered the sexagram saxophone? If none of you get that, it's just going to be. I hope someone you get the sexy sex man. Our companionship was weakened by my failure, I am saddened to admit. Topaz would keep the incident in mind for a long time, even after she had forgiven me. Though she would put on a strong face, she admitted that she would need some space, and her emotional recovery took time as she tended to break. She tended to break. Break into rage. Oh wait, I don't have a. Do I have a? I shouldn't have like a post limit. Do I have a post limit? No. No. Oh yeah. So there we go. I'm not automatically. Okay, there we go. YouTube, stay out of. Stop trying to monitor my thing. Let the craziness flow through. Everyone, you can spam now. You're welcome. Well, I turned off block spam messages, so hopefully that fixed everything. Yes. Yes. Yeah, I was just imagining, like I was just listening to the the Christmas CD that MLP put out, and all I can think about is Idol being Princess Luna. I see a cold wind blowing through. I mean, he would be perfect for that. I mean, spam's good if it's in eggs. Like, it's delicious in eggs. I've only tried it once, but what I remember is fantastic. Yeah, Princess Luna as, like, in the future. Whatever might have been, all the dreams that pony shared. Because of you, snowfall frost, now the future is a cold nightmare. Oh my gosh. Yes. So he's just like so he's just pulling a rainbow dash and just doing everything to the. Oh my gosh. Yes. Yes, that's perfect. That's beautiful. Our companionship was weakened by my failure. I did it right. First time. First go. First time through. No, it says I hate spam right there. I see it right there. It's on the stream. I'm not in top chat. I'm in live chat. So it says I hate spam. After Vidrix says spam, lovely spam. Oh man, I can't wait. Oh, imagine Honeybee. Imagine if Honeybee was in like the throne room at the time, because she was also looting on Idol when he was in that maid costume. I didn't know I was into this. Idol, take that off. Faster, faster. No, no, no. Go slower. Oh my gosh. No, no, no. She spatters herself with honey, and Idol has to feel obligated to clean off the sticky mess. But he mustn't waste good honey either. Smattering Idol in honey, or if if Moth Chaser really wants to get him to do anything with her, smatter herself in honey. I know you expected me to actually read some stuff and not just not just this. Oh man, it is a. Is the thing that we were discussing count as T-rated? Since I don't know, is this a T-rated story? Yeah. Oh well. Whatever happens, happens. I don't control anything. Our companionship was weakened by my failure, I am saddened to admit. Topaz would keep the incident in mind for a long time, even after she had forgiven me, though she would put on a strong face. Your baby ears, no. Yeah, innuendos, they're T-rated, right? I hope so. Or if they're not, then that's just hearsay, right? Our companionship was weakened by my failure, I am saddened to admit. Topaz would keep the incident in mind for a long time, even. Something stuck in my throat. No. MV, you should totally have him go and get some Hayburger and fries, just so I can do my the puberty voice for that character. Welcome to Hayburger, home of the famous Hayburger. May I take your order? Oh no no no! I can't make, no one's even typing anything. Can't make myself laugh. Our companionship was weakened by my failure, I am saddened to admit. Topaz would keep the incident in mind for a long time, even after she had forgiven me. Though she would put on a strong face, she admitted that she would need some space. Yes, yes, yes. But what would a lewd side fic about Idol be? Changeling of the Lewd. Changeling of the Lewd. Written by V Drake 77. Narrated by. Our companionship was weakened by my failure, I am saddened to admit. Topaz would keep the incident in mind for a long time, even after she had forgiven me. Though she would put on a strong face, she admitted that the. Now I feel I've been watching more Lost narrator, and I know her pain. Lewdling of the Guard. Oh man, yes, Lewdling of the Guard. Lewdling of the Guard. Our companionship was weakened by my failure, I am saddened to admit. Topaz would keep the incident in mind for a long time, even after she had forgiven me. Though she would put on a strong face, she admitted that she would need some space, and her emotional recovery took time, as she tended to break into rage. Ah! No! And my chair squeaked. Changeling of the Guard. After hours. Oh man. No, Changeling of the Guard after dark. Our companionship was weakened by my failure, I am saddened to admit. Topaz would keep the incident in mind for a long time, even after she had forgiven me. Though she would put on a strong face, she admitted that she would need some space, and her emotional recovery took time, as she tended to break into fits, or just rage at me just not being able to read. She tended to there we go. How can I possibly miss it now? Our companionship was weakened by my failure, I am saddened. I didn't even start the first bit over again. Chapter 13. Trust Exercise. Chapter 13. Trust Exercise. I stumbled. Chapter 13. Trust Exercise. There we go. Our companionship was weakened by my failure, I am saddened to admit. I broke it again into too long of a break. Man, Lewdling of the Guard. Yep. Idle has always questioned the guards around him, as they claim he is super lewd, but he doesn't really know what that means. This tells him trying his best to uphold this title that was granted to him by literally everyone in Canterlot. Our companionship was weakened by my failure, I am saddened to admit. Topaz would keep the incident in mind for a long time, even after she had forgiven me. Though she would put on a strong face, she admitted that she would need some space. This should be a period, because this is another... that should be a period. I'm counting it, because that is definitely a period. So it is written, and so shall it be. The typo count has been increased to 2. Let the typos flow. They give me strength. That is definitely a period, though. She admitted that she would need some space. Her emotional recovery took time, as she tended to rage or break into fits of manic laughter or tears at a moment's notice. 2 separate thoughts, 2 separate sentences. Yeah. I'm not laughing too hard to finish a line. Need some space, and her emotional recovery. This is two thoughts right here. No, two thoughts, 1 sentence, and a 2 sentence. And a 2 sentence. That's a second sentence. Changeling of the Guard. Idle has bad grammar. It's just all the typos. Typo of the Guard. Typling of the Guard. Yes, typling of the Guard. Ah, but he's obsessed with order, isn't he? So he would know how to write correctly, especially after learning the language so early on. Hey, I don't write title. I don't write Idle's brain. I just give Idle a voice. If you want, you blame the blame. You blame the brain, not the voice. My little typo. Grammar is impossible. Oh yeah, grammar is impossible. Choking on water. Okay, I'm good now. Our companionship was weakened by my failure, I am saddened to admit. Topaz would keep the incident in mind for a long time, even after she had forgiven me. Though she would put on a strong face, she admitted that she would need some space. Oh. I did that right. And then the rhyming caught me off guard. Oh no. I haven't watched JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I want to so bad, but I don't have time. Our companionship was weakened by my failure, I am saddened to admit. Topaz would keep the incident in mind for a long time, even after she had forgiven me. Though she would put on a strong face, she admitted that she would need some space, and her emotional... sorry, burp. No, I'm a professional doing this, I swear. Sorry. Oh, man. And I was just drinking water. How does water make you burp? Oh. Um. No, no, no. You know what video is? This chapter is because Idol was trying to be a master. Our companionship was weakened by my failure, I am saddened to admit. Topaz would keep the incident in mind for a long time, even after she had forgiven me. Though she would put on a strong face, she admitted that she would need some space. Her emotional recovery took time as she tended to break into rage. To break into... she's just so ragey, she just breaks into it. Yes, I reference... Yes, I referenced the apple. I referenced it. I haven't watched it, but I referenced it. Our companionship was weak. No, that's way too close. I've referenced the apple, for I have watched that singular video of that dance scene. Because Idol knows how to be a master. Our companionship was weakened by my failure, I am saddened to admit. Topaz would keep the incident in mind for a long time, even after she had forgiven me. Though she would put on a strong face, she admitted that she would need some space, and her emotional recovery took... Our companionship was weakened by my failure, I am saddened to admit. Topaz would keep the incident in mind for a long time, even after she had forgiven me. Though she would put on a strong face, she admitted that she would need some space. Her emotional recovery took time as she tended to her rage or break into fits of manic laughter or tears at a moment's notice. I honestly did not see what good it did to give her more space, but continued to do so with every outburst, opting to err on the side of caution. Oh, you heading out already? It's only been an hour. Ah, man. Well, I'm glad that you're able to join the stream. Hope, hopefully hopefully we can keep this crazy train going, and hopefully I'll be able to get this. Hopefully I'll be able to finish up this sooner or later, anyways. And hopefully, I can remain. Finals. Oh man, that stinks. Oh well. I wish you the best of luck. But hopefully we'll be able to do this. Hopefully I'll be able to get my streaming schedule on track once again, because this is always great to do these things. But anyway, see you, Logan. No habit. We have gotten through the paragraph. I just barely did so, and I did get through the first like 4 paragraphs, but then my microphone was too far away from my face. So not my fault. I'll blame that. Not my fault. After one of the outbursts, the crack has returned. After one of her outbursts, Topaz looked at me in confusion as I stood some 30 paces away. "Hey, Idol!" she called, sounding annoyed. "The hey are you doing?" After one of her outbursts, Topaz looked at me in confusion as I stood some 30 paces away. "Hey, Idol!" she called, sounding annoyed. "The hey are you doing back there?" "Giving you space, as requested." Topaz murmured something about Celestia, strength, and all stallions being the same, then sat on her haunches to try and work up a good glare, but I could see a bit of a smile even from this distance. "Get over here! That's not what it means!" I dislike this trend of ponies to say a thing that doesn't mean what it means and then claim it to be a figure of speech, I grumbled as I trotted up. How is one to request space around them, or explain that they had in fact kicked a bucket? They kicked a bucket. Hopefully no one else kicks this bucket. I dislike this trend. There we go. How far along are we? We are on the 4th paragraph of the chapter. Oh man. I dislike this trend of ponies to say a thing that doesn't mean what it means and then claim it to be a figure of speech, I grumbled as I trotted up. How is one to request space? Oh man, his stage name is New Order. Yes. Oh man, yeah. No, wait, no. He's dissatisfied with the order Equestria is in right now. So it's the new world, his new world order. What it means? No, stop it. I dislike this trend of ponies to say a thing that doesn't mean what it means and then claim it to be a figure of speech, I grumbled as I trotted up. How is one to request space around them, or explain that they had in fact kicked a bucket out of the way, or that a clock had spontaneously grown wings, as Wasta had explained was a serious issue in Canterlot especially. His stand name. What's a stand name? I know what a stage name is, but a stand... No, the order is just what all the female guards now call Idol. Oh, man. And now, and soon all the mayors are going to be swearing by order. And only they know what it truly refers to. Yes, I'm going with that now. All the mayors in the Royal Guard are going to be swearing by order. Especially. Oh, don't pout. We didn't design you for it. All I meant is I don't want any pony hovering over me. As I opened my mouth to protest, she cut me off. Don't you dare say you haven't been flying. We went over that one. I was quite sure we had not, but chose not to argue. I was under the impression we should head due north. We have been traveling more... I was under the impression we should head due north. We have been moving towards the rising sun. I'm running out of water. This water is supposed to last 2 hours. Northeast, she clarified, holding up her odd disc with arrows on it. I glared at the device, quite sure that it was untrustworthy. See? We have to stop at an outpost before we head back. I honestly almost forgot, but maybe we can get a coach. Find someone to look at my wing. Blah, 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 blah. And other things that should be connected but are obviously not. What is this that you have brought?
Wow, it's very nice.
It's very nice. Oh, it was very nice. We had the new order come through. Okay. Northeast, she clarified, holding up her odd disc with arrows on it. Northeast, she clarified, holding up her odd disc with arrows. Northeast, she clarified, holding up her odd disc with the arrows on it. I glared at the device, quite sure that it was untrustworthy. See, we have to stop at an outpost before we head back. I honestly almost forgot, but maybe we can get a coach. Find someone to look at the spacing in this chapter. Northeast, she clarified, holding up her odd disc with the arrows on it. I glared at the device, quite sure that it was untrustworthy. See, we have to stop at an outpost before we head back. I honestly almost forgot, but maybe we can get a coach. Find someone to look at my wing. The mare stretched both wings, though the right twinged before reaching full extension. It's probably just a small sprain. I wouldn't have minded having that shell of yours back then. To be quite fair, my wings would have probably been torn off to... Probably so. To be quite fair, my wings would have probably been torn to shreds, if not completely ripped off. To be quite fair, my wings would have probably been torn to shreds, if not ripped completely off. Topaz screwed her face at that. Ew, do they, grow back or anything? I do not know. With molting, perhaps. It will take a great deal more time, I pondered aloud. Shedding bits is not uncommon, but larger injuries usually require a full body molt. It is both exhausting and wasteful. Some insects eat their moltings. Oh no, this is the problem I was having last night. I'm going country. I now know what I'm going to do for Applejack's voice, but oh my gosh. Some insects eat their moltings. I believe my kind will do so to hide them, or in times of scarcity, but it is rather bland and most likely not worth the effort. Better to use it for bait as... and wasteful. Yes, Joker would be proud. I'd die with a smile on my face. All right. Okay. Okay. You know, some insects eat their moltings. I believe my kind will do so to hide them or in times of scarcity, but it is rather bland and most likely not worth the effort. Better to use it as bait for scavengers. What? What does me even taste like? She looked a little ill at the question, but I opted to be truthful. Then I hesitated. How would one describe the taste? Wrigley seemed an inappropriate choice. Most of the things I had consumed could only be compared to other meats. It tastes like what it is, I offered lamely, knowing that this would not be sufficient. Changing the... It tastes like what it is, I offered lamely, knowing that this would not be sufficient. Changing the topic seemed wise. Why is there an outpost here in the Badlands? Topaz seemed all too willing to leave that conversation to die as well. Well, we're in Equestria proper now. This is just on the more remote side of things. It's really for travelers. Saddle Arabia isn't technically Equestria because no pony controls the mountains or the Badlands. Why take territory no one wants when it makes a fine board? I think this is another typo. I think this is another typo. Saddle Arabia isn't technically Equestria. V, we need your assistance. Saddle Arabia isn't technically Equestria because nobody controls the mountains or the Badlands. Why take territory nobody wants when it makes a fine border? But what would it be really if this is a typo? Saddle Arabia doesn't technically border Equestria? Possibly? V, we need you right now. We need you right now. V. Everyone spam V because we need technically, Saudi Arabia isn't technically, but then, doubt. They're obviously the two different countries. But yeah. But what I'm saying is that Saddle Arabia doesn't technically border Equestria because no pony controls the mountains or the Badlands. No, the world is Equus. What? Wait, you're a canon? The world's also called Equestria? Why? Why is... I've never had... Oh, man. It's not Equus? It's not Equus for you? Are you just doing this so we can keep another typo off the typo counter? I suspect that's what you're doing. Also, it's really hot in this recording booth. Oh my gosh. Oh, but in Hearts of Iron 4, Idol is an architect for the Crystal Empire. Oh, man. It wouldn't let me post. It's messing with me. I made it up. Okay, so he made it up. So that is one for the typo counter. It has begun. A third one shall be added to the fray. I knew it. When it makes a fine border. I knew it. Topaz seemed all too well. But we all know that Saudi Arabia is a different country. But it's not technically Equestria, but also talks about the borders because no one controls the mountains or the Badlands. And that's why it makes such a good border. So they don't technically border each other. Eh? 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 I mean, that makes a lot more sense. But still, you have admitted it. So the typo count remains at 3. 3 is the name of the count, and the number of the count shall be 3. Thou shalt not count 2 unless it is followed by 4, by 3. Thou shalt not count 4, and 5 is right out. But no one controls them. That's what this whole thing is talking about, is who's controlling the border. No one does, because it's mountains and the Badlands. And no one takes... Why take territory no pony one when it makes a fine border? Okay. Yes, exactly. Who is playing bass next door? Who's banging on my apartment building? So, Saudi Arabia doesn't technically border Equestria because no one controls the mountains or the Badlands. Why take a territory no pony wants when it makes a fine border? Yeah? Makes sense? Topaz seemed all too willing to leave that conversation to die as well. Well, we're in Equestria proper now. This is just on the more remote side of things. It really is for travelers. Saudi Arabia isn't technically border... Topaz seemed all too willing to leave that conversation to die as well. Well, we're in Equestria proper now. This is just on the more remote side of things. It's really for travelers. Topaz seemed all too willing to leave that conversation to die as well. Well, we're in Equestria proper now. This is just on the more remote side of things. It's really for travelers. Saudi Arabia isn't technically border Equestria. I need to write this down somewhere. Where's my notepad? Hold on. Starting a new notepad. And I got a copy, and we got a paste. Paste. Zoom in on that. No, why is it? No, stop it. Oh no, I need to select all. Select all. And then bump up the thing to like, no, not 60. Oh no, that's too big. No, 14. No, 18. 18 looks better. There we go. It's all fixed in the separate document because that's what I need to read off of. Topaz seemed all too willing to leave that conversation to die as well. Well, we're in Equestria proper now. This is... I didn't even start the recording! Topaz seemed all too willing to leave that conversation to die as well. Well, we're in Equestria proper now. This is just on the more remote side of things. It's really for travelers. Saddle Arabia doesn't technically border Equestria because nobody controls the mountains or the Badlands. Why take territory nobody wants when it makes a fine border? I read that at the speed of light. Hold on. Oh. Topaz seemed all too willing to leave that conversation to die as well. Well, we're in Equestria proper now. This is just on the more remote side of things. It's really for travelers. Saddle Arabia doesn't technically border Equestria because nobody controls the mountains or the Badlands. Why take territory no pony wants when it makes a fine border? There we go. Move aside, you evil chapter. No, you evil paragraph. And I'm on to better paragraphs. What about Topaz seemed all too willing to leave that conversation to die as well. Well, we're in Equestria proper now. This is just on the more remote side of things. It's really for travelers. Saddle Arabia doesn't technically... Oh my gosh, I'm mumbling that so hard right there. Topaz seemed all too willing to leave that conversation to die as well. Well, we're in Equestria proper now. This is just on the more remote side of things. It's really for travelers. Saddle Arabia doesn't technically border Equestria because no pony controls the mountains or the Badlands. Why take territory no pony wants when it makes a fine border? Border Equestria because no pony controls the mountains or the Badlands. Why take territory no pony wants when it makes a fine border? There we go. What about griffins and dragons? I countered, reasonably sure my people had encountered both in the Badlands. Dragons nest wherever they want, and griffins are clannish. If one of the clans splits, then we might have to worry about that. As long as no pony bothers a dragon's horde, usually they don't bother with ponies. Besides, that's why the outpost is here. Keep an eye out. If things get messy, well, they can contact the guard with... What about dragons, or griffins, or griffins? Dragon griffins. Griffins, yeah. What about griffins and dragons? I countered, reasonably sure my people had encountered both in the Badlands. Dragons nest wherever they want, and griffins are clannish. If one of the clans splits, then we might have to worry about that. As long as no pony bothers the dragon's horde... Topaz's cocaine voice, indeed. Just so much cocaine! What about griffins and dragons? No, wrong voice. I can't read. What about griffins and dragons? I countered, reasonably sure my people had encountered both in the Badlands. Dragons nest wherever they want, and griffins are clannish. If one of the clans splits, then we might have to worry about that. As long as no pony joggers a dragon's horde. Oh my gosh. Why is this hard? What about griffins and dragons? I assume they will see the plume of fire and send assistance? What? No. She gave me a look, then left. Dragonfire jars. It's one of the few commodities dragons are willing to trade with. What about griffins and dragons? I countered, reasonably sure my people had encountered both in the Badlands. Dragons nest wherever they want, and griffins are clannish. If one of the clans splits, then we might have to worry about that. As long as no pony bothers a dragon's horde, usually they don't bother with ponies. Besides, that's why the outpost is here. Keep an eye out. If things get messy, well, they can contact the guard with dragonfire. I'd be amazed if they didn't have a jar set to the next town and Canterlot at minimum. I assume they will see the plume of fire and send assistance? Oh. What? No. She gave me a look, then laughed. Dragonfire jars. It's one of the few commodities dragons are willing to trade with. What about griffins and dragons? I countered, reasonably sure my people had encountered. Curse you, habit! Curse you! Curse you, dark habit! What about griffins and dragons? I countered, reasonably sure. What about griffins and dragons? I countered, reasonably sure. That's just how I say reasonably, I guess. What about griffins and dragons? I countered, reasonably sure my people had encountered both in the Badlands. Dragons nest wherever they want, and griffins are clannish. If one of the clans splits, then we might have to worry about that. As long as no pony bothers a dragon's horde, usually they don't bother with ponies. Besides, that's why the outpost is here. Keep an eye out. If things get messy, well, they can contact the guard with dragonfire. I'd be amazed if they didn't have a jar set to the next town and Canterlot at minimum. Oh, so why do I speak so fast? I assume they will see the plume of fire and send assistance? What? No. She gave me a look, then laughed. Dragonfire jars. It's one of the few commodities dragons will. I assume they will see the plume of fire and send assistance. I assume they will see the plume of fire and send assistance? What? No. She gave me a look, then laughed. Dragonfire jar. Her voice is just cracking too much. What? No. She gave me a look, then laughed. Dragonfire jars. It's one of the few commodities dragons are willing to trade with. The littler ones anyway. Have the dragon breathe fire to move things into a warded jar. Tweak it a bit, and then you have a jar to teleport small packages. It's only been around for a few years, but Celestia raised the pony who discovered it to lesser nobility. Outrageously expensive, but great for important mail. You got mail. Having no idea what any of that meant, I grunted in acceptance and continued on. Don't worry, I'll fix the spacing of certain sentences later, because if I don't finish that now, then I'll never finish it. The outpost was a little more than a few stone buildings and wooden pickets, with a large odd ladder set on the ground that went far out of view that I could not begin to understand the point of. A few ponies lazily patrolled the area, and I could not help but feel disdain for their lackadaisical attitudes. Given that just And, you know what? It took me like 4 or 5 readings to figure this out, but I don't know if it's just me, but the large odd ladder on the ground has train tracks. I had no idea. Oh man. I bet that's just me. Yes, The outpost was a little more than a few stone buildings and wooden pickets, with a large odd ladder set on the ground that went far out of view that I could not begin to understand the point of. A few ponies lazily patrolled the area, and I could not help but feel disdain for their lackadaisical attitudes, given that the 2 species they knew of Okay. The outpost. The art of the crack. And that's the art of the crack. Priority mail. Oh, that's too good. That's too good. priority mail. The outpost was little more than a few stone buildings and wooden pickets, with a large, odd ladder set on the ground that went far out of view that I could not begin to understand the point of. A few ponies lazily patrolled the area, and I could not help but feel disdain for their lackadaisical attitudes. Given that the two species they knew that were likely to be in the area were capable of flight, and one of them was also capable of setting wood alight, I felt entirely justified. With little more than above ground stone to defend them, I deemed the outpost showy and useless. I'm not getting this one in one take. With little more than above ground stone to defend them, I deemed the outpost showy and useless, leading Topaz to shush me as we approached. Here at Priority Mail, your packages are cared for like a mother dragon cares for her eggs. With little more than above ground stone to they are bathed in fire and forgotten occasionally. I just don't know what went wrong. With little more than above ground stone to defend them, I deemed the outpost showy and useless, leading Topaz to shush me as we approached. Here is the paragraph. There it is. Look upon it and tremble. English teachers of the world tremble before this paragraph, as it is only 2 sentences. And we all know that a proper paragraph has 3 to 5 sentences. The dragon fire jars. Derpy, my whole house disappeared. I just don't know what went wrong. I think it's somewhere in the Badlands now. Or maybe Canterlot. I always get those jars confused. Well, that explains why my Christmas cards are always getting lost. This is the pre-typo that was foretold. And now we shall correct it into something that is worthy to be read. To be written, read, to be part of this book. All 4 sounds good. Yes. And L Spaceship is right. It is my job to call out typos on you. Sister dearest, did a house just fall on you? It's a Ponyville thing. just imagine Celestia's just always panicked whenever she gets. I don't know how they keep on appearing. Spike hasn't sent me anything in weeks. There was some commotion when Topaz announced herself to the guardian at the gate instead of doing the sensible thing and flying over it, but as I was soon to learn, it was considered a courtesy to let the local outpost know you were leaving. To our recollection, this is how you deal with witches. Luna, don't you dare! Ding dong, what you said. I am the witch of the west. My sister over there underneath the house is the witch of the east. Oh man. Ding dong, the witch is dead. Witch, old witch, the wicked witch. There it is! Canterlot! It's magnificent. It's only a model. Shush! Oh, poor Spike having to burp up to burp up everyone's mail. Celestia just sends back a house through Spike. if if regular mail gets him to sometimes choke on it, what would a house do? There was some commotion when Topaz announced herself to the guardian at the gate, instead of doing the sensible thing and flying over it. But as I was soon to learn, it was considered a courtesy to let the local post to let the local mail know that you were leaving Equestria territory about 4 weeks in advance. That way, they could stop sending your mail and not show everyone that you're out of town. Projectile vomits houses. No, it's just wholesale. It's just a house sale. Yeah, no, that was such a stretch. Okay, equestrian territory. One should give them some brief information. Okay. That was the most disgusting thing you've ever done. Worse than... No, not worse than that. But you will go blind. Oh, no. So, I bet the worst thing is that the one time someone tried to send... tried to send some ghost peppers through the mail. just exploded. There was some commotion when Topaz announced herself to the guardian at the gate, instead of doing the geese, get out of here! I'm trying to record. Is the yard for sale? I got this house coming in on priority. It should be arriving at the end of the day. Welcome to Priority Prime, where you get your packages sent twice as fast. Priority Prime. Guaranteed 3-second shipping. There was some commotion when Topaz announced herself to the guardian at the gate, instead of doing the sensible thing and flying over it. But as I was... There was some commotion when Topaz announced herself to the guardian at the gate. And the crack, it has returned. I don't know. I mean, they can create life, so I guess they don't really care too much. No. We'll just turn this book into birds. Create freaking life, as everyone calls it. There was some commotion. There was some commotion when Topaz announced herself to the guardian at the gate, instead of doing the sensible thing and flying over it. But as I was soon to learn, it was considered a courtesy to let the local outpost know you were leaving Equestria territory. One should typically give them some brief information on when you were going prior to departure. Yep, nailed it. Perfect, absolutely perfect. Nothing wrong with that take. Nothing whatsoever. That's exactly how it's written. All that stuff at the bottom too. It has become standard practice to tip the dragon when you ship something huge or weird. Spike still wants to know what was in the weird shaped package that Bonbon and Lyra got. It was a harp. Oh man, this is great. This is great. Derailing everything. More memes for the meme gods. Where is my notepad? Get over here. Paste and put that in front of everything, and there we go. That's that. And that's all, folks. No, just kidding. There we go. Now that's fixed. And oh my gosh, Dark, your mind is so in the gutter. It's just so lewd. There was some commotion when Topaz announced herself to the guardian at the gate, instead of doing the sensible thing and flying over it. But as I was soon to learn, it was considered a courtesy to let the What? Oh, 5 a.m. wake up. Oh man, I completely understand that. Oh. No, your poor baby fins. No, not the baby fins. Anything but the baby fins. Yeah, I was planning on, I know it's getting late for everyone on the East Coast. So I'm going to be ending the live stream about 15 minutes anyway. Just so people don't miss too much stuff. For anyone new to here, live streams typically go about 2 hours. But hopefully, if nothing else gets in the way, there shall be more Changeling of the Guard recording next week. But we will still get this chapter out tomorrow. No, not tomorrow. Oh my gosh, no, not tomorrow. Wednesday. It'll come out Wednesday. I tell everyone my uploading schedule, and they're all surprised why I don't say anything about the upload schedule, because you already know it. Wednesday at 11:30 Mountain Standard Time. Yeah, it's only 8 p.m. where you are. It's 9 where I'm at, and it's some quick maths. I think they're on the East Coast. So that means it's about 11 right now. Yeah, about 11. So it's getting pretty late over there. 7's kind of like the bread and butter because I'm kind of in the middle of the country. So, yeah. Yes. I know. I work swings. I work swings. So I don't even go to sleep until 6 in the morning. No, 5:30. 5:30 is when I sleep. I know it's nearly 11, but get on the night shift. It's a lot better. Who needs the day anyway? The night rules. Oh, no. I was wholly aware I was going to get distracted this much. This is why I do these on Sunday, the beginning of my weekend, so that way I can get all the stuff I need to get done by Tuesday, the end of my weekend. It was pretty great. Let's just call it. Let's call this whole stream the welcome back, the welcome back stream from such a long hiatus of not doing streams. Like, well, was it like 3 months? 3 months of no stream. So let's just call it the welcome back tour. Yep. Yeah, it was so much fun, and hopefully we'll be able to get to do the thing that we talked about on a later live stream. Hopefully, I think everyone would enjoy that very much. Welcome back to Hayburger. Exactly. Okay. Well, since lots of people are leaving, I think I'll just finish off this paragraph, and then I'll close down and I'll stop the stream for tonight. Just remember, just remember, most likely there's going to be a stream next Sunday at 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. The Proton John stream. Exactly, just where all the memes are made. Yes, the Mare Throne needs definite artwork. Because Idol is basically going to be Jabu Jabu lounging on the throne. Celestia and Moth Chaser in like the slave Leia outfits, and all the other mares just sitting on the steps of the throne. Oh my gosh, it's just so good. Oh man, no, like seriously, slave Leia, Moth Chaser, Celestia are in slave Leia's, and all the other mares in the royal guard are just descending the stairs of the throne, just lounging on it, surrounding Idol and lounging on it. So he just looks just like, so he has just so much swagger when someone comes into the throne room. It's so good. It's so good. It's so good. So I'll just finish this off real quick. Let the East Coast people head to sleep, and we shall see the rest of this chapter on Wednesday. There was a commotion when Topaz announced herself to the guardian at the gate, instead of doing the sensible thing and flying over it. But as I was soon to learn, it was considered a courtesy to let the local outpost know you were leaving equestrian territory. One should give them some brief information on where you were going prior to departure, if only so that they would know where to send the search party in the event of your disappearance. There was some commotion when Topaz announced herself to the guardian at the gate, instead of doing the sensible thing and flying over it. But as I... There was some commotion when Topaz announced herself to the guardian at the gate, instead of doing the sensible thing and flying over it. But as I... Oh my gosh. I'm getting tongue-tied. No! Last chapter. Last thing. And then... Celestia Bay. Don't you mean? Celestia Bay? Celestia's the bay. There was some commotion when Topaz announced herself to the guardian at the gate, instead of doing the sensible thing and flying over it. But as I was soon to learn, it was considered a courtesy to let the local outpost know you were leaving equestrian territory. One should give them some brief information on where you were going prior to departure, if only so that they would know where to send the search party in the event of your disappearance. Topaz, for example, had been gone for weeks longer than expected, and a search party had been sent out only that morning. Seriously, she was missing for weeks longer? At least 3 weeks longer, and no one? And now they're only starting... I assumed like it was like a month between her meeting Idol and them getting somewhere. It just seems like that. But I shall let all the... No. Not doing that. Well, so over 2 hours, we have officially recorded 5 minutes and 22 seconds of unedited work. So today was actually really productive. And we've our typo counter... Yeah, she was gone for a while, but expected to be gone for a while. And it says she was weeks gone longer than weeks. She was gone for weeks longer than expected. So they show she expected to be gone for a long time, but then it was weeks past that. So it seems like after a week they would be like, okay, she's been gone like a lot longer than she would send people out. Like they wouldn't be like, okay, let's wait a month and see if she shows up. I know it was probably not a month, but like in my mind, it's like a month between her expected to get back and then them sending out the search party. So I'm like, what were they doing? So it's just like, oh, she was expected to be gone for for a month. Okay, she's been gone for 2. I think we should send someone out to rescue her. I mean, that is very true. that is very true. The equestrian military is awful, but I thought the story was supposed to be for like pro equestrian military. Because you made them actually competent in this story. Let's see. The one time they've done anything. Well, they did fight in that war in that alternate timeline. They have also, regularly patrol the capital, and they have also. They have also, let's see, the equestrian military. Yes, we guard the border from dragons and griffins, as well as catch thieving ponies as well by doing a belly flop of justice. Yes, that has happened before. Idle's the reason. Oh man, yeah, that's probably true. And Shining's actually done stuff in this book. Nothing comes to mind right now, but I'm pretty sure that it's happened once in a while. I mean, they literally ate the heart of a timber wolf, so that's probably that counts as doing something, right? Yeah. Although I still put the blame on Celestia for not having a guard outpost in Ponyville, despite it being so close to the Everfree Forest, something that has eaten several ponies in its lifetime. Why isn't there a post next to the town that literally borders the thing? Oh my gosh. The guard found a strange cake. Oh man, I wonder if Idle was just I wonder if Idle was just busting their balls for that mistake. We ate a cake, sir. We ate a cake. It was just lying around, so we just ate it. And you did not think to share any with Celestia. No, sir. I think the real crime of those guards is not that they ate an unidentified cake, is that they didn't share any with Celestia. That was probably one of Celestia's midnight cakes. How could you? You bring the whole guard to shame. Now, 50 laps around the entire city. Full gear. March. Just like, oh my gosh. If one at 12:12 or the one at 12:42? It was the one at 12:20. You know her schedule. You should know her schedule. We've drilled this ages and ages ago. And you just ate her 12:20 cake? All right. Oh man, this was. Oh man, more great fanfics popping up on this stream. Okay. Well, I'll let you guys go now since Drake has to wake up so early. And I shall see you next week. Bye.